Alright, hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and we're back for some more of the Paper Mario and the 1000-Year Door on the Nintendo Switch. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we just made it on over here to the Great Boggly Tree, and now we're going to have to face off with some enemies, and also with some X-Nauts that are going to be happening here within our time. Now, within this location, we can't really do anything about within this place for right now. We do need a specialized type of item to access for a secret pipe that's going to be there, but not only that, but we don't even have a whole lot of punies, but at some point we will be picking up with a whole bunch of different punies later on throughout our time. Now there is going to be a couple of different keys that we are going to have to be encountering with. We do have a red key and a blue key. The blue key is meant for more so of collecting of the other different punies that are going to be there, but the red key is what we're going to have to do is grab out for the Elder that's going to be here in this place. Now he's going to be the one that will be giving us that said item so that we can be able to go and use those to at least help out with the punies in most of these other different places here in the Great Boggly Tree. Now, Flurry is going to become very important throughout this way later on, which we are going to be seeing within this way of this episode. And once we do have this set item, we can actually be able to blow the punies within a set bubble to another different destination that they couldn't have done so from before. And we'll be doing that, I want to say, at least like a couple times throughout our way. Now, for these type of battles here, this is for a Yux. This is the new enemy that we can go and face off with. Now, these guys do have different other forms. I think there's like a red and black one that I do kind of remember. That's all the way over in the X-Naut Fortress area, like in the space type of place. And I think there's also like a blue and pink one, if I can also remember as well too. Now I think each of those different Yuxes have like their own type of like specialized power. Like some of them can actually be able to hit their different type of laser beams at least like twice in one type of battle or something. But for these guys here, is that they also do like to create their own little force field. And if they do start to stall out for time, they will start regenerating more of those mini Yuxes. And I think they do have like a max of 3, but I could be wrong. And I think the other ones could have a little bit more than those. But for these guys, I know that they have like a set of 3 of those little mini Yuxes that are going to be here. Now, most of the time that we're going to be throughout this Great Boggly Tree, I will be editing out on most of the repeated battles that are going to be here, because there's like quite a bit of some repeat fights that you could go and do. There's like different X-Nauts, there's different Yuxes that are out here, and I think also as well too, you get some of the Pale Piranhas that will also be showing up as well within our way. Now, I don't know if I already would have said this, but within the 2 videos for our time, we are going to be doing Twilight Princess. We are going to have to pick up with a whole bunch of different heart pieces, and also as well reaching off to the Cave of Ordeals. That is our main big location for what we're going to have to go and do within this set episode. Now, I'm not going to show you guys every single type of battle that's going to be in the Cave of Ordeals, or else it would be such a long episode that it would probably take like so much amount of time. I know that there's like one battle in particular that I can vaguely remember when I first played on Twilight Princess on the GameCube, and having to battle with those 3 Dark Nuts at the very far bottom of the area of the Cave of Ordeals. That was like the main type of problem that you're gonna probably be facing off with, because like those guys could just become really annoying if you get yourself like in like somewhat of like a corner or something around within here. But here is one of these X-Nauts that actually do have that said key. He actually has the red key that we're gonna have to face off with. Now, again, we've already faced off with X-Nauts before. This guy is fairly simple, and I think he's only one of these said type of enemies within the said battle, so he's not really that much of a problem. And we get to see Miss Mouse again. So it seems like she already went and took one of the treasures so far throughout here already. Oh, and again, she has to go and give us a good old smooch. And off she goes. I have to say, Goobella is going to be somewhat pretty much jealous now. I have to say, Mario is like somewhat of a ladies' man out here. He's got kissed from like Flurry now. He's been kissed from Goobella. Now all of a sudden, now he's been kissed from Miss Mouse all of a sudden. Oh, so now he's going to go and try to blame us that we were the ones that went and conked him in the back. But anyways, we got the red key. And not only that, but let's also make sure to go and pick up this item, because this is actually somewhat of an important item as well. And we got ourselves with another Ultra Mush. So that means we actually have not 1, but 2 Ultra Mushes. So that's going to be really big for when the boss battle is going to happen. Now, if you guys don't know who the boss of this said area is going to be, well, that's going to be with Magnus Von Grapple, the first original version. Now, I believe there's also a Magnus Von Grapple 2.0, but that's more so in the later end of the actual game that's going to happen. And now, for Magnus Von Grapple, he's not really all that too much of an issue, because again, since we do have Flurry, we're going to have like a really nice, good experience throughout there. And I think as well, too, since we do, of course, have a brand new type of way of having Koops with a new upgrade, well, we now do have that defensive mechanism that happens with Koops now. So now we can at least have a little bit of some extra more defense within our way of how that's going to be. So now we just went and rescued out with the Elder, and now this man's going to be giving him a nice good lecture out here because Puny went and completely interrupted everything that he had to say within the speech. I'm kind of, like, I haven't ever really went out of my way to do this before, but I'm kind of curious to see if, like, if you actually do get to listen through, like, most of what the Elder actually does have to say, and maybe he doesn't actually go and say what he needs to, like, go out of his way to, like, just be like, oh, how dare you not listen to any of my lectures or anything. but I'm pretty sure I think you kind of have to skip past from like most of it, though. So yeah, so there's Petunia, I believe. That's the sister for Punio. And now we're back over here at the main entrance, and once we actually do go through this cutscene, that means we will now have an access of 11 different Punies on our side, because we also have to include out with Punio as well, so we do have that 11 that we're going to be needing. Now there is also something important that you may probably want to know is, and I think it's more so in the GameCube version, because so far throughout the Switch version that I was playing through throughout this episode, the Punies weren't all that too bad, and they were all connected in one type of area, so you weren't getting yourself like too entirely lost within the said Punies. But there is like most times where you'll like have like different Punies and like you'll get yourself lost, but you can always go and talk back to the Elder like at the very beginning of the area, and then you can kind of make sure that they all get all reconnected back together. But so far I never really had that much of a problem, but I'm gonna probably be certain that once we do have like 101 Punies, which I'm pretty sure, I think that's what the number is. Like, it's like somewhere around like in the hundreds. We'll be able to, we'll have to probably at least go and talk to the Elder quite a bit of sometimes, because there is going to be like some parts where some Punies are going to like fall off some sort of area, and then we have to go and try to re-pick them back up and then try to reconnect them back to the other place. So now he's just going about how he needs to go and give off the Crystal Star later throughout this way of the game. But also, too, we do have this specialized stone that's right here. And now that's going to help out with the Punies so that we can be able to use them and at least get ourselves some help along within our way of this dungeon. There is going to be like a set type of code later that we're going to have to like learn about at some point throughout this area here of the Great Boggly Tree. And I believe it is random generated. I believe like that's how it was, I think, originally before. I think on the GameCube is that like you have like your own set of different codes. I don't think it's going to be like the same type of code. You kind of have to like kind of guess or kind of figure that out for yourself mainly. But yeah, so here's the same location from before, and once we go and put our little puny orb into here, we should be able to access with a brand new type of tunnel system here. And we're going to be getting pretty much close to into a certain type of situation that we're going to have to go and deal with pretty soon. But for right now, we just got some more other exploration throughout the tree. So here's another one of those X-Naught battles. Just going to go and skip past through that. And now here is another one of these set pedestals here. Now again, until the Elder goes and literally clicks on some of these different buttons here, the doors will actually be opened up at some point. But we can't really do that for right now. But we do have Flurry, so we are going to make sure that all these Punies get blown away. And then we're just going to make sure that we just go and blow all these guys all the way over to the other side here. There we go. And don't forget that down below here is that you will be able to go and find yourself with a Shine Sprite. So that is our, I think, third one, I think. So that means we could actually go and use Flurry's other upgrade if we ever do need it. The lip locking one. But I'll have to think about that later. Okay, if right now, let's just go and enter on our way into this type of tunnel now. And I believe we do have some new enemies making its appearance, which I believe that is going to have to be with the Piters. Yes, it's going to be these guys. Now, these dudes can also become a little bit of a problem with safeguarding as well. And again, this one's all about timing throughout airtime throughout here for this one. But yes, let's just go and tattle throughout our way for this one here. Let's see what Goobell has to go talk about. So she's not a big fan of spiders, is she? You know, for me, I'm not all that too big on spiders either. But let's just go and squish these guys out of here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit difficult to go and try to dodge out on those. But let's just go set for some multi-bounces here. There we go. Not too bad. And let's go for a nice good head bonk as well. So these guys, I want to say, are like around the 5 HP mark. So they're going to be taking a little bit of some longer times to at least get themselves all finished and done with here within the said battle. Because previously from before, our highest, I think, amount of HP battling that we've been doing was around at 4. But now we got to see these guys now sitting at 5. But here we go, and let's see, is anybody going to get blown away? One of them actually does, but at least we can go and try to take care of the other one as well. Uh-oh. Hey, well, we at least guarded one of them. Yeah, sometimes these guys like to shoot, like, multiple different attacks for, like, when it happens. But it's alright. But we got it. We got at least ourselves with 6 of those ones. And let's keep falling all the way down over here. There is a little bit of a little something over here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be taking us to another Shy Sprite. I know that there's like 2 different Shy Sprites here in this said place. And I think that's what we're going to probably have to go and deal with, is try to pick up that Shy Sprite later. But hey, there's one of those type of mosquito dudes or something. But we have to go and find those. Yeah, it's the Jabbies. That's what they're known as. But yeah, they went and stole the blue key, so now we have to go and try to grab that for ourselves. So we have to go and do a battle with them. Now, later on, there is going to be like another type of Jabby battle, but that's like when we have like at least like over like 100 of the amount of punies that we do have. But for right now, this is just somewhat of a nice, good, easier type of one to go and deal with. Now, you can go and use Flurry and stun these guys, and then make them all confused, and then you can just let the punies just kind of just do their own thing. Let's go right into the battle here. Let's just make sure that they just get all blown away and confused. So there we go. Not too shabby there. And let's see. Most of them are getting knocked out here pretty soon. I didn't realize that there are little orbs on their heads for the punies that would have like an anger type of one that would be showing up. I think that's something new that I don't think I've ever got to see before in the GameCube version, so that's pretty nice. And there we go, and I believe the whole hive right here for the Jabbies are now completely done with, and now we can go and just move off right into the way of this said place here. And I think there is going to be a said type of code or something, but we'll have to worry about that later. Anyways, I think for right now, we're going to end things off for today on Paper Mario on the 1000 Year Door. See you guys in the next one. And of course, peace.